welcome back to American Hammers TV. It was West Ham United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3. And I'm absolutely gutted. But the worst bit of it all is, I'm really not surprised. And honestly, this is just how it is now being a West Ham fan. It's no surprise to lose anymore. I've been 3-0 down, it's no shock. I just hope things can change soon. Today was another unacceptable result. We were 3-0 down. Credits to the players, they got 2 goals back. I think they kind of flattered us though a little bit. I don't think we really deserved them, but you know, credit, we're still 3-0 down to a good side. Getting 2 goals back, you know, it doesn't look too bad on paper, but I thought, I'm going to go against the majority of people when I say this, I'm sure, but I didn't think we started the game off too bad. The first 5 minutes were a bit poor, but after that, I thought for a good, 30 to 35 minutes, it was all us. And then after we conceded 1 goal to Heung-min Son, which for me was a good finish, it was all Spurs from there, and they just took their chances, and fair play to them. Like, you've got to be realistic. And then obviously when we got 2 goals back, I think it made them a bit nervy, but it was just too little too late, and it just wasn't good enough overall. For me, the highlights for me was Mikel Antonio. I thought he made a huge difference coming onto the pitch. Tottenham were petrified of him, I thought. As well as I thought Declan Rice had a really, really good game as well. And also Diop as well. And this is another critique of Pellegrini. Like, why on earth would you take off Diop? I actually thought he didn't play too badly. To bring on Carlos Sanchez, which I agreed to bring on Carlos Sanchez, but take off Noble. Why on earth would you take off a centre-half after we just keep conceding goals? It's just barbaric. I will say this though, in previous weeks I've slagged off Pellegrini's starting lineup. Today I didn't. I actually thought he changed it up a bit. He included Ogbonna and he put Fredericks in. I wasn't complaining too much. I think the only place I complain about is the goalkeeping position. But obviously, you know, without Fabianski, we've got to deal with Roberto. It's just so sad. I actually just feel sorry for Roberto now. Like, he's just not good enough for the Premier League. He is out of his depth. He is clearly not good enough for West Ham, but it's just sad. There's so much pressure on him as well, and the fact that the fans celebrating and cheering when he catches the ball, does the most simplest of goalkeeping things. It's just sad it's got to that. I think it is whether there's West Ham fans that want Pellegrini to stay or not. I honestly think that it's going to be time for him to go soon. I really don't see the board hanging around with him. If they do keep him, it's because of money, and then they need to take responsibility for it, because if there's going to be no change, we will go down. Keep in mind, we've still got a little notification there. Keep in mind, we've still got to play Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Leicester, all sides that are in the top 5 or top 4. We are in serious trouble. And honestly, like, it's not looking good for us. And I honestly, you know, I'd take Rafa Benitez as a West Ham manager. I think he'd be fantastic for us. He'd play good football, and I think he'd be able to keep us up. For example, with Newcastle, they haven't had the best squad, but he was able to grind out results to that side and keep them up and get them into a respectable position in the table. I think Rafa Benitez would be the perfect option for West Ham United, and I think we need to act on him now. Otherwise, I think he'll go off to another club. But yeah, that's my opinion. I hope you guys are all well over there as well in America, and I'm feeling jealous that I'm feeling a little bit jealous that you guys didn't have to see that performance today. And but yeah, don't forget to subscribe to American Hammers TV, and I'll see you all.
Hello, America. Well, I've just got home from the London Stadium, and I can't be grumpy anymore. It's just funny. We are that bad. Pellegrini is that predictable. He plays the same formation, he makes the same substitutions, and we weren't great. We weren't great at all today. Spurs weren't particularly good, especially in the first half, but oof, we were worse. And there wasn't even any real sort of emotion coming from the stands and the supporters. We were just, Spurs went 1 up, we were like, sure, okay. Spurs went 2 up, we were like, of course they did. Spurs went 3 up, and we were like, yeah, well, we know this is going to happen. The fight back and our 2 goals, alright, it did make a big difference when Antonio came on. He has got to start. He has got to start. And he's got to change the formation. But yeah, our 2 goals totally flattered us. Spurs were working for their manager, their new manager. Kane, Ali, Son. Yeah, they were up for it, especially Dele Alli, that little fucker. But yeah, I mean, the ref was terrible. Michael Oliver, shocking game he had. Yeah, meh is about the best that I can say about that one, unfortunately. It wasn't a great game. We didn't play great. Pants all round. We're in trouble now, though. If you look at the table, we are bang in trouble. If Villa and Southampton get a result today, or today and Monday, I should say, we're in trouble. Bang in trouble. And Sullivan and Gold have got to sort this out. Toot bloody sweet. And that's about all I can say, really.
Justin from American Hammers TV here, reporting to you from Chicago. Wanted to give my match reaction to this morning's game versus Spurs. It was West Ham 2, Tottenham 3. I think the scoreline actually flattered us a bit. And I had money on 3-1 Spurs, so that last goal was a bit annoying. That all being said, sort of what I expected, to be honest. A poor performance. Had a decent opening, 15 to 20 minutes. I thought, hey, we may be up for it again. Maybe we'll get something out of this. And then Sonny's first, or I think he only had one goal, but the first goal, Sonny's goal went in. A tough save it would have been, but it's at Roberto's waist, his thigh. I don't know. I think Fabs gets a hand on that. It's difficult to keep comparing Roberto to Fabs. He's not Fabs, and one of my favorite Instagram accounts, WHUFC Updates, said it's sort of feel bad for Roberto. I don't feel bad for him, but the constant comparison to Fabs is a bit unfair. He's just not that good, and Pellegrini continues to use him. I'm starting to blame Pellegrini more for Roberto's ineptitude, because he refuses to put in David Martin. David Martin must be a very, very poor goalkeeper if he can't beat out that. But I saw a lot of anti-Roberto tweets. The goalkeeper had nothing to do with this morning's result. It was a poor result. The last 20 minutes of the first half, the first 15, 20 minutes of the second half, just awful. Anderson finally got benched. Antonio put in a good performance today, gave us a bit of a spark. He needs to start for Anderson next week, in my opinion. Anderson just offered nothing. But he's not the only one. Yarmolenko's been offering nothing for about a month. Alairs had a poor match. Declan and Noble were fine. Nothing special. Diop had a poor match. Fredericks had a poor match. Ogbonna and Cresswell average. I mean, no one had a good match, in my opinion, besides Antonio. Yeah, well, again, this is what I expected. I expected a loss. A lot of people are saying Pellegrini out. I'm close. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm close. We're away at Chelsea next week. I don't expect anything from that. But we're away at Wolves and hosting Arsenal. And I'd say if we lose to Chelsea and Wolves, you got to fire Pellegrini now. But if you don't get a win by the time we play Southampton, the match afterwards, I think he's definitely going to go. Sticking with my guns on that. I'm still grasping at straws, hoping that it'll work out with MP, but it's starting to look like it won't. Yeah, like I said, away at Chelsea next week. We'll have another fixture focus show this upcoming week. trying to get some certain guests from the Chelsea atmosphere. And yeah, as always though, come on, you Irons.